Oh, we're live. Hey, everybody. GM. So, we're just doing like a casual live stream today because Gwen and I are getting in the habit of doing this regularly, but also we're going to be selecting the winner of our giveaway with Shreya Bhan. And if anyone is not sure about what that is, prizes. So we're giving away this one of one NFT. Here it is. Can you see that?
It's coming now. Yep, it's coming.
Okay, so this is the one of one artwork that Shreya designed for True Stars for our community. And we have been giving out these NFT magazine covers, which Shreya also designed, to early supporters and people in our community that have been like really, like people we like and who have been there since the beginning or, supported us along the way. So it's our first collaboration with a digital artist who is also a fashion designer. If you don't know anything about Shreya Bhan, you should look her up. And we did also a featured article on her and an interview in a panel last week with her and Louise Lang about digital fashion and all the innovative things that are happening now.
Yeah, and I'm just interjecting that.
Yeah.
We did a panel last week, as Emily said, and with Louise Lang and Shreya Bhan, and they were amazing. So if you have any interest in either fidgetals in fashion, if you're interested in that, or fidgetals in any business, because really they fit into any business that you're thinking of building in the Web3, any sector within Web3. And even not in Web3 eventually. I think just every single business is going to need them. So it's definitely educational for that and just inspiring to see these people. So I would absolutely, check it out for sure. People are like still talking about it.
Yeah, you can watch the playback on our X account. It's True Stars Media. And we also have a YouTube where you can watch the full interview and panel. But what I thought was really cool, which you kind of mentioned, Gwen, is like how so many industries are going to be using this kind of phygital technology. And what I liked about what Shreya said was that how phygital allows her to express herself across different mediums. So she's a digital artist, but she also works on physical garments, and phygital allows her to tie together these very separate things through NFC chips and scanning the label. You can actually pull up all the information about the garment, and it comes with a 3D model, which is one of the things that we're going to be giving away. So yeah, like if you have been part of our community, you might have one of these magazine covers, and they're actually numbered edition 1 through 44 because we minted 44 of them. So the way we're going to do this, I'm going to share my screen. And Gwen, let me know if I've like forgotten anything.
Okay.
Can you see this?
I can see it. And so we're doing this because we want to be absolutely transparent. So everybody knows we're not fooling around here. We're doing it. Fair and square.
Yeah, like we didn't like pick somebody. We didn't pick some favorite person to give it to, like we have no clue who is going to win this thing. And the only like if I think Shreya might have a cover. So if she gets selected, obviously we'll redo it again. But yeah, so it's totally transparent. So we have like numbers 1 through 44, and then I'm going to look up on OpenSea which cover is numbered the number that is selected, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Am I making sense?
That makes sense. Yep.
Okay, cool. So, should we do it? Should we
Do it. Do it.
Okay.
Do it. Let's do it.
It's the moment of truth.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna do, I just put random number, right? Oh, shuffle. Oh, spin, okay. Sorry. Oh, 11. Lucky number 11. Isn't that funny?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to OpenSea and we're gonna do a little sleuthing and figure out which one is number 11 here. So you can see like each of these are numbered number 6, and there were 100, but we only minted 44. So just FYI. So let's see who has 11. That was kind of exciting, right?
Yeah, I liked it.
And hopefully we can tell by their wallet. Oh, it's Friar Tuck.
Friar Tuck.
Friar Tuck, yes. Such a nice guy. He's going to be so excited.
Oh, cool.
He's been a really oh, shoot. I haven't been sharing the tab.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. I can see it now. I didn't realize. Okay.
Let me back up. So I went and I found which one was number 11.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see it's number 11 here.
Yep.
And I saw who owns it, and it's Friar Tuck. So that's so exciting. I don't want to dox him, but I think probably people know who Friar Tuck is. But super nice guy. I'm really happy that it's going to someone who's been an early supporter, and he has kids and a wife as well. If he doesn't want to use it for himself. So anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was exciting.
Yeah, very exciting.
Sorry about all the messages on my.
Yeah, sounds like things are crackling along over there.
No, you know what? It's I'm part of this DGen group, and it's constantly pinging.
Oh, mine is constantly going to. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But
yeah.
It's exciting.
So how are you feeling about things this has been our first cover star and our first collaboration.
Yeah, I'm excited. I feel like everything's moving along. Of course, everything takes longer than you think. So I think when we first started out, we thought we would be farther along, perhaps in some ways. But also, I feel like we've learned things we didn't even anticipate learning. So we're not at all behind. It's just we learned different things we didn't expect. So we expected the road to go one way, and then it went another way. And it's mind-bogglingly cool. So I'm really excited. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's, I think you have to really enjoy the process, and
definitely
all the different, the exciting parts, but also the frustrating ones that are learning.
I mean, you can sit around in your house thinking about what something is going to be and how it's going to look and all that stuff, but it doesn't mean anything, because once you get it, you got to put your car in drive, and once you're in drive, things happen, oh my gosh, there's a detour, this is going on, that's going on, but you end up on some road that you maybe didn't realize is so cool. And so
yeah,
you can't get there if you're just sitting in your driveway.
Right. And you can't think of everything yourself. You have to start putting things out there and getting feedback from people, because
definitely,
they're the ones you're building the community for and creating the value for, so.
Yeah, I think collaboration is key, and that can be hard for people, because I think a lot of, especially artists, people are we're also isolated. So this is we're all forced to work together, which is a big learning curve, but also really amazing and cool. So that's a huge thing, is getting used to working with people and also being totally vulnerable and making mistakes and kind of being naked in front of a group of people because we're sort of building in public. So,
Yeah. And like, you can't be a perfectionist
no.
when you're building in public. Like, you kind of have to just keep iterating and like hopefully improve as you go, I think
Yes.
we've done that.
Yeah.
So
we're doing it every day. So how was your weekend? Did you have a nice long weekend?
yeah, I did. Well, I think I told you I went up to the mountains in North Carolina a few times. I went hiking to different, like I went on 3 different mountains. And not like really big hikes, but like, when you're going 2 miles uphill, 2 miles isn't that long, but when you're going uphill, it's kind of, it's a lot, at least at this point for me. So
yeah, it's good to touch grass for real. You were
it really is
like
literally, there's so much pressure to be like building and making something successful, but you really have to take a step back and like think about, like just go out and like explore nature and find inspiration. Cause like, I don't know, this space, it's tough, it's hard to have your face in Twitter, like 24/7,
Yeah, I think that sometimes I'm like, it's really hard to pull me away from my computer. And then when I go kicking and screaming out into the world, I'm so like my mind, all of a sudden I have all these ideas and fresh thoughts. And it's like, what was I thinking? Just sitting in front of the computer, like regurgitating the same crap. It's really important to get away from your computer. And I happened to touch grass myself of a different sort. I went to see the Rolling Stones.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I have to tell you that it was so incredible. I was sort of like, okay, yeah, it's going to be cool, but they're, I didn't know. I mean, Mick Jagger's 80 years old, right? He was amazing. They were all amazing. Mick Jagger's running, jumping, doing crazy stuff the entire show. And it made me realize that there's no excuse. Like, there's no excuse to not be like doing as well as you can do with what you have, as far as fitness and stuff, because he's 80. They're all 80 and they were kicking butt and they were taking names. It was amazing. So little inspiration. In fact, later at some point this week, I will definitely post a little bit of the show so people can really see, because it's inspiring.
That's really cool, Gwen. Like, so I don't know if everybody knows this about Gwen, but she's a big Deadhead as well. And like, you're always going to the Deadhead concerts. And I think like music in Web3 and like that sort of thing is something that you're really passionate about.
That absolutely. I think it's going to change the face of everything, ticketing, shows, access to artists. I mean, collaborations of regular people with artists. It's just it's vast. It's just completely vast. So,
Yeah. Yes, we definitely want to do some things with musicians. We've got the next 2 cover stars confirmed.
Yeah, I have a couple people that are interested in coming on and talking about that.
Yeah, and we did an interview recently with Articulate, which I think we
in fact,
I get that out
a week or so. Yeah,
he had some really cool stuff to say about music and in Web3. So but yeah, so like as I said, I went up to the mountains and I went to the Blue Ridge Parkway in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't really been up there. I mean, it's been a long time. Like, I'm not far. I'm like an hour away, but I just don't ever go up there. And yeah, it's just like the perfect time of year because the weather isn't too hot and it's breezy. And then I stopped by because people kept recommending that I go to the Asheville Folk Art Museum.
Oh yeah.
And so I stopped there because it's on the Blue Ridge Parkway. And what's cool about it, they have all these different art, like they have woodworking, they have like textile art, like quilts and stuff. And it made me remember when I was working in New York City, I worked at a gallery and they had this exhibition on Andy Warhol.
Mm-hmm.
And he, they had a talk about him and how he was inspired by all these women artists of the time who were doing like very, very similar things to Warhol. And when he was asked who's his favorite artist, he said something like, well, if I had a favorite artist, it would be like the women who make quilts, the textile artists and the quilt makers.
Wow.
And it's so funny because like if you look at his artwork, the way that it repeats over and over,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
you can see that he really is inspired by quilt making. And also like the screen printing is very like, it's fabric, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a connection. That's something you would never know until you know. That's really cool.
Right. So I looked all over the internet, like trying to find that quote where he said that, and I couldn't find anything. I asked ChatGPT. They were like, "There's no record of Andy Warhol saying anything about quilts." And then I looked up the name of the biographer who wrote his biography a couple years ago, and he's the guy who gave the talk. And then I found a lecture that he gave, and that's where the quote, like he had the quote online there. So I was like, thank God I'm not crazy,
I think that's fascinating. I think it gives me, of course everybody respects Andy Warhol, but I really like the idea that he respected women artists, because when you think of art throughout the ages, like men, like Andy Warhol, it just shows you how it works. Like women's art, it's always utilitarian, right? Because they didn't have the luxury to be artists, you know what I mean? So their art was quilting.
Yeah.
And so, and then of course a man, he's gonna, okay, bang, bang, bang. He doesn't have to worry about utilitarianism, you know what I mean? So, or utility, I guess is the word. But it's pretty cool that he acknowledged women artists. So I like that. I'm gonna have to, I want to see that lecture.
I'm gonna send it to you. I'll actually post it, I think, because probably other people are interested. But and I shared it with Shreya and Louise.
Yeah, I saw that. That's cool.
Yeah, because they're both designers, and I felt like there was just so much inspiration in there around fabric and design. And so yeah, I don't know, it's just stuff like that. I find inspiring to get out and like, so what else? Well, we do have some cover stars coming out.
Let's talk about that. Can you talk about it?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna say who they are yet, but
okay.
So this was our first cover star with an actual artist, because previously I had just been making the covers on with AI or with Midjourney, which was cool at the time. But
beautiful.
But I'm really excited to be able to like do these, to have the opportunity to like showcase different artists on these covers. So the next one I will say is an artist. And that's all I'll say.
Okay.
But it's different from Shreya, a little bit of a different vibe and an experience, I think. So, and then the person after that, I don't want to tease out too much.
No, it's juicy. Just say that. Juicy.
It's someone who's innovating with AI. And it's kind of a big deal, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So like we want to showcase different innovators and trailblazers in different industry. Well, not industries, but like we'd like to
different spheres.
Right. Yeah, so we did digital for our first, and then we're gonna do digital art, and then the one after that will be, well, I guess I can say it's uh, artificial general intelligence. Let's say that.
Okay.
But I don't know what the cover is gonna look like. We're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. So we got some good alpha on something there.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. But yeah, we really appreciate everybody who's supported like from the beginning. It's been a journey, and
it's not over.
Yeah. This is just our first go around, and excited to see like, how we can improve things next time around, and hopefully things gain some momentum. So
yeah, they already are. I mean, we had so many responses to the digital piece, so I mean,
yeah,
it's only growing.
Yeah, a lot of people were excited about that.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I don't know what else, like, so if anyone missed, we did the drawing, and I'll share the screen again so people, in case you missed it. This was the number that was selected, number 11. And all the, all the covers are numbered. Just to share it again.
Yeah.
So they're numbered editions here. So I've looked at number 11 here, and we see who owns it, and it's friartuck.eth. So anyway, completely transparent. And I think this was fun doing a giveaway. Like, I think we should do it again.
It should be a thing for reals. I mean, it was very popular and people like it. So this time 44, next time, 4,400.
Yeah, like I think if we can grow the number of holders each time, and I think that's a win right there, to build the community that way. But yeah, we want to reward people who've been supporting us, and
it's now people will, now that they see this, I think they're going to say, oh my gosh, I would have liked to have won that. So next time we'll have more people.
Yeah. And I think it'll be interesting to see how the covers, how people like view the covers longer term. And
yeah, I mean, they're going to be worth money like in the future, because these are like these amazing, artists that are like, I mean, we're so early still. I know people always say we're early, but we are early still. So, these artists they're famous already within our world, but they're eventually going to be crossover artists into the rest of the world, as far as known.
Yeah, I mean, Shreya is already like a rising star. She's doing stuff with World of Women and a bunch of other communities, and she's getting a lot of brand awareness.
Yeah.
And I like really love the cover that she did. I thought it was just like
gorgeous.
So cool, the vibe, and then, so yeah, I'll show you again. So this is the one-on-one artwork that goes to the winner, and she called it GG. I'm not sure why she chose the name. I should ask her. And it says in the details here, the holder of this NFT will have the exclusive opportunity to co-design a fashion piece with Shreya, and will receive the item at no extra cost. So free shipping, and it also will come with an NFC tag, which details the origin, the tailor, the care information. And then I think you also get a 3D model of it, which is pretty neat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Super cool.
So, and then, so how this will happen, how this will work, we're going to help coordinate, with the winner, and Shreya will give them access to the back end of her store where they can co-create together. And, I'd really like to see how it turns out, you know, so hopefully they can share that with us.
Yeah, maybe they can even record some of their screenshots or something, you know what I mean? So I mean, there's whatever the video, maybe they could video some of what they're doing just so we can kind of see how it like starts and ends. That would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be neat. Like, I'm not entirely sure like her whole process, but
Yeah.
but yeah, like I know she's got like a range of prints and designs to choose from, and so if you're a holder, you get access to that and you can choose. But I think it would be cool for her to do a video of that whole back end process.
Yeah.
Because when people see that, that's when they're like, oh yeah, I want to do that, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like it reminds me of I mean, when I was younger, when like back in the time of AOL, they, you know, I remember exploring the internet for the first time, and there was like Barbie had an online store where you could go in and you could actually like select how you want your Barbie to look.
Yeah.
You know, like the hair color, and I mean, my family like couldn't afford for me to have a custom Barbie, but I would go on there and I would like, you know, choose the costumes, and
yeah,
I don't know. It's a fun thing to do, right?
Yes. Still, I would still want to do that right now. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think you could do it with so many things like jewelry. And then for that to be phygital, it's pretty cool. You know, you get the NFT and then you get the physical part of it.
Yep.
So anyway, well, it's been about like 30 minutes now.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Is there anything else we should chat about?
I think well, I mean, I'll just say this. It looks like I feel like if we're talking crypto just briefly, I think the market still looks really good, really strong, still top heavy with memes, which I don't think is going to end. I think it's meme summer.
Yeah.
And you notice, which is slightly kind of funny, but I've noticed before after holiday weekends, there's a meme coin called Sober. And sometimes on Mondays or like today after a holiday, that thing is up 70%.
Yeah.
But then if you buy it, you can't buy now because of course, you know, it's going to happen in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Dump. So don't touch it. But
yeah.
It's just funny. But next holiday, like perhaps like on Friday, buy it and then, you know, sell it Sunday night. That would be smart.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, not financial advice, but
no.
You can lose money on Bitcoin, but it might work. Yeah, I mean, like it's definitely meme season, so I don't know how long this will go on, or you know, because like NFTs really had a bull market, right? Like back in 2022, I feel 2021, 2022. And now it seems like nobody really wants to touch them. At least that's what I seem to. I mean,
I think that's why it's important now, like with, you know, just with the whole digital thing and different levels of utility now are you know, important. I mean, the art world is still, you know, I mean, it's flourishing. I mean, Christie's is still involved. And I mean, there's definitely art being sold because I'm definitely tuned into that whole crypto Twitter and, you know, NFT Twitter world, and people are selling art. It is still happening, but all the animals, all the stuff like that, people aren't as interested in that. People are actually, it's less publicized, but people are getting a little bit deeper now into looking at real art. Not that that's not real art, but you know what I'm saying? They're looking at, different painters, different photographers. People are going a little bit deeper into the art. So I don't think it's necessarily bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the more I don't know, like I don't know what you would say, like you know, like CryptoPunks, like people are still spending money on those, and
I would. If I had the money, I'd buy one tomorrow. I would buy a Bored Ape. I would buy all those things. I would. I mean, those things are, I don't think they're ever going to not be a good thing to have.
Yeah, I think it's just that people are not really, they don't have confidence in the newer or emerging NFT projects.
Right. But I also think that there's going to be several layers to this bull market, because like right now it's memes, and so you're going to bring in a ton of, retail, right? So you're going to have all these people coming in because of the excitement over the memes. But then as that sort of like, okay, how far can you take that? Then people will start going, okay, now what? Like AI, of course, it's obvious, right? So there's going to be AI, gaming. And then after they top off with that, then people are going to be like, oh, what are these things riding on? Oh, they're riding on base, they're riding on Solana. So I just feel like there's so many ways that this can keep going. There's just too many steps that we still have to go up, that I don't see it ending anytime soon. I think we're in good shape.
Yeah. I got into GME also.
You mean the meme or the actual GME?
The stock, you
Okay.
know.
Oh, good. Yeah. Okay. And how's that going?
Well, it seems to be like kind of steadily, like it definitely, you know, a couple weeks ago, the price was like, I think it got up to $80.
Yeah.
For like a split second.
Yeah.
And now it's back down. It's like kind of like, you know, like spinning around like $20, $21, $23. So, but I don't know. I think there is probably going to be some news coming out about it, which they've been teasing. You know, Roaring Kitty, he was teasing about it in his memes about earnings week, or sorry, yeah, GME earnings week, which is June 5th.
Yeah. Well, if it's going to happen, that'll be maybe when something cool happens. You should maybe put in a sell order, like of half of whatever you have, you know what I mean? And just put it super high. So if you're not paying attention, you're out touching grass and the thing shoots up for a split second, you'll grab your money.
Then you're right. Yeah, because you can miss it. I mean,
those things and then you're out. So, you could actually literally have it up, sell, have it shoot down and rebuy and like do it all over again,
That's true. Yeah.
But I would only half because, let's say it goes up high and then keeps going. You don't want to miss out.
True. Yeah. That's the way to do it. I mean, there's so many trading strategies, right? Like everyone says, take like 30%. Well, not everyone, but I've heard take like 30% profit once you have, or take 30% of what you have once you made a profit. And I mean, after this last bull market and everything, and when things went south in 2022, I mean, I totally understand the people that are like, take profits, because
you never know.
It's painful.
It could end. And I mean, I'm saying I think it's going to do this, and this, but any kind of black swan event and bang, and there's so many things going on around the world. I mean,
yeah, it's true.
Crypto's the first thing to go.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so like sensitive to fluctuations, right? Or volatility. But like I mean, profit's a profit, so you can't FUD it. I think like it's better than being in the red. So
yeah. And then if you just then you take it and then rebuy something else that seems good, and then eventually you're playing with the house money. Eventually, if you keep taking some, putting some back in, but taking some out for yourself, but reinvest a little and boop, 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 and
diversify.
Completely out of your original investment, and then that's what everybody wants, right?
Yeah. Maybe we should have someone. I mean, I know someone who's really following all the meme coin stuff. Is really passionate about it. Maybe we could have her on and talk about it. But yeah, like I haven't been like following that stuff as much because it's just so risky.
Yeah. I'm addicted to it. I follow every single. It's like an addiction.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, I totally get it. But yeah, it's fun.
It is fun.
So I guess, well, I'm glad we have like 7 people who showed up. I think
that's impressive.
I'm happy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. And then there's always more on the replay. Are we doing replay? There'll be a replay of this.
Yeah, it's recorded, so you can watch the replay on our Twitter, on our LinkedIn, or on our YouTube, wherever you're watching this from.
Yep.
And I think we're gonna try to do this like weekly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think this has been kind of cool. You know.
Yeah, it's fun.
So we just have to come up with things to talk about. I mean, there's always stuff to talk about, like as far as building, and
there's so much.
You know, but I think maybe we should come up with some topics.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, listen, we should let these people get back to their jobs.
Yeah, get back to work. What are you doing? And big congrats to Friar Tuck.
Yep.
I'm gonna reach out to him and let him know. I'll actually tweet about it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm glad he won it.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for, hanging in there with us and for participating in this cool drawing. We really appreciate the support.
Yeah. Thanks everybody. We'll see you again next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.